First video I want to work with you or talk about this week is just kind of getting a sense for what the difference between a conclusion and an opinion is. This course is very much focused on reasoning, and one of the things related to reasoning is understanding how we arrive at a conclusion. We're going to take a look at the following problem. Given the nearest star other than our sun is 4.3 light years away, do you think it's possible that humans will reach the nearest star in the next 100 years? Student A says sure, they do it in the movies. This is an example of, again, what I would call an opinion. The reason I call this an opinion is because it's a statement that doesn't have any reasoning to it. Student B says no, it's too far away. Again, I would refer to this, even though there is a reasoning, it's too far away, just like the first one, they do it in the movies, that doesn't have the level of reasoning of what we're looking for a class like this. But let's take a look at what Student C did. Student C says, using earthsky.com, I found that 1 light year is 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles. For those of you who aren't aware yet, and we'll talk about this here later, 5.789 times 10 to the 12th, this is called scientific notation. And what that means is this little 12 right here indicates to move that decimal place to the right 12 places. This is a very large number that we're going to move. So if we think about it, it would be, so here's 5.789. The actual number would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We fill in zeros here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and erase that. So it's actually, let's see. There's thousands, millions, billions. It's 5,789,000,000,000 light years, miles. So this is just another way. The reason I'm taking a step to show you is when you see this number up here, this is scientific notation. It's collapsing a very large number into something that's a little bit more manageable. Anyway, back to what the student wrote. Using EarthSky, they found that 1 light year was 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles. Notice that the student cited a source. So they say 4.3 light years, and then this is, I'm going to go into this in a little bit more depth in the next video. This is what's called a unit conversion factor. And it tells us that 1 light year is equal to 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles. And then what they do is, this is multiplication. We multiply across. And so these are going to cancel out. 4.3 times 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles gives us 2.53 times 10 to the 13th miles. You might think to yourself, is this a smaller number or a larger number? Well, since that exponent went from a 12 to a 13, this is actually a larger number. And they say that that's really far. That's true. Now, according to NASA.com, the fastest spaceship to date traveled 31,000 miles per hour. So 2.53 times 10 to the 13th miles times, this is another conversion factor. They tell us that we went 31,000 miles in 1 hour. And that gives us 815,474,194 hours is how long that would take. Now that's a large number of hours, so you can see what the student did then here is they converted hours first to days, and then days would probably be too large anyway, so they moved that all the way to years. This is the idea of stacking 2 conversion factors to skip from 1 unit over the next to the one you're looking for. Again, we'll go over this more in detail in the next video. But this student found that there are 24 hours in 1 day and there are 365 days in 1 year. This tells them that there will be in 815,474,194 hours will be 93,091 years. Then they said using the current technology, it would take about 93,000 years to travel to the closest star. Given current technology, I do not believe it's possible. Now, if you feel like this is way over the top, just know that what I'm doing here is I'm illustrating a pretty strong difference between what we would consider an opinion and what we consider reasoning. We can see student C really reasoned his or her way through this process.